Well, yesterday, things didn't go quite as swimmingly there for eUnited. They did play 100 Thieves, and they got pretty much smoked. But today is a new day, and that's something that they can all kind of rally behind. Today, they're going to be taking on Furia. So that'll be our first matchup, the first best of 3 here for what is day 2 of Stage 2 of the ESL Pro League, Season 10. Welcome back to the trto.co, and this is Davey.
This is me. Yep, I am here, and today's not going to get any better for United, unfortunately.
2-3 picked up for the side of United. The utility going to be a little bit lacking, so I wonder if they're going to try to go for a quicker pace hit. But again, the SGs use that range to your advantage. Furia going to try to challenge off the bat too, like we saw them do so many times against Izzers yesterday.
It's worth noting, by the way, that Moose used to play outside B on T-side defaults for United. When he left, Food took over that position. So I was curious with Moose coming back to the team, as we had seen on Dust 2 and some other maps, where Moose kind of took up his old roles. On this map, Food actually still will stay outside of B, and Moose will actually play a more active role, helping get control of the A side of the map. So that is interesting. It's kind of a new role for Moose, though he is still kind of playing solo out towards long. It's really more Freakazoid and Cooper who are looking to be taking the opening action, and it seems like they're off to a good start with Art not realizing Freakazoid has passed by. That's a big opener for eUnited towards the A side.
Freakazoid waiting though, not giving his position away. Freakazoid going to come around and up close and personal. The SMG is going to win. He can upgrade that straight to the AK too, since Freakazoid had that. Even having a player in toward connector, I think that's Yuri. Food's going to have a tough time getting across it. He can get spammed down. That's so unfortunate to lose the SGs to the SMGs. Big upgrades coming in for Furia, but K-Star has fallen. The A side is open to be taken. You can see that United's not 100% sure that both players are behind them, but they do have Moose pushed up very aggressively over towards Bank, so they have the information. Vinny rotates will come in towards CT spawn, and now Vinny has given up his position.
Bomb also is planted for United on the Bank side, so they don't even really have to take as many challenges on these angles here towards the front of the sites. Going to be up to Vinny and company have to kind of force their way in. And Vinny has already fallen. At least he has information for Yuri. And Marky is pretty softened up for Yuri to perhaps get this frag and then get the 1v1 towards Bank. That player has rotated over. He spots a shadow on Truck, but has to find this other. It's just too good of a crossfire from eUnited. Finally, they capitalize on a round. It was a little bit labored, but they did get it in the end. Some really big openings from Cooper and Freakazoid really helped that along. They need to sync up a bit better on those types of plays.
Henny again. So aggressive. Marky, though, will punish him. Mark's going to be here to help deal with this, though. The op's going to be dropped, but Moose is able to get the kill with the Deagle. Trying to pick up the pace to maybe hit towards A, but K-Serato's already going to be waiting, but he has to be wary. They should have 2 weapons. I think Cooper's going to be picking up the op in a few seconds. So it's down to 3-on-3. I mean, this is a very good situation for United. They have a ton of time to play with, so they don't need to invest into the push towards A just yet. A little bit of luck could go a long way for them too, hoping maybe there's only 1 defender towards A, but as we can see, it's just Vinny towards B.
Problem is they have no utility left now. Not a singular flash or smoke or anything, so they can't block off any angles, they can't pop anyone. They have to just rely on straight up aim duels, so that means that these guns, like an SG and an AUG holding angles, it gets people who are just going to have to slow dry peek. It's going to cause a real big problem, I think, for United. They're still going to have a tough time winning this round, despite the fact that they are in a manageable situation. They definitely could reel it in, but it's not going to be as easy. They have to kind of just hope that they can creep forward and catch a good timing.
Oh, Freakazoid, speaking of timings, he's going to catch up K-Strad from behind. It's Yuri to try to defend from the car or the truck position. K-Strad has an idea to peek around, and Freakazoid will get the kill. Cooper connects on a Yuri as well, and just like that, United have a very good chance. I think Vinny's just going to save this weapon, and they've been able to pull it off. Good job by United. I mean, it all came down to the initial kill. I believe it was out of Marky to take down Henny, so they have the op control, and then Moose, of course, with the follow-up too.
Yeah, good job there by eUnited again. It was one of those tough situations where they didn't have a lot to work with utility-wise. They had to just rely on catching a great timing, like sneaking up and just hoping that they catch someone kind of with their pants down. And Freakazoid catches with the CZ up close there on long. Cooper finds the op shot, and that locks in the round. And even though Furia were up 5-1, a lot of these rounds have actually been pretty close. So the economy of Furia is actually not that great. Vinny will be able to save this weapon, and Henny has some money. But other than that, they don't really have a whole lot. Like, I'm not sure if they will want to risk trying to force buy next round since Henny has so much money. I mean, he could drop an M4, keep one for himself. They have what Vinny just saved. You could maybe break eUnited right away because you could reset their economy because their money's low. They have to rebuy some players. I'm not really sure what they're going to go for. Yeah, that or you just do upgraded pistols and you just kind of play more conservatively. But no, they're going to go for the force.
Yes, okay. I wanted to see the BDP out of Henny. I'm looking at how Furia are playing, and if they could just deal with Henny, like if they could just stop him from getting this aggressive in the beginning,
I mean, what's crazy is Henny has 4 of eUnited's players covered by himself as far as fragging goes. He's gotten 12. That's tied up with the 4 bottom fraggers of eUnited. So that frag distribution is not a good look. Neither is, of course, the overall score, 6-2 for Furia. Still haven't seen too much from eUnited. They had like one really good round that seemed convincing, then one additional, and that's been about it.
And Furia have been constantly stacking this B side off the back, just leaving Henny by himself. So again, if you kill Henny, then you pick up the pace. That could be an A take, but again, he's waiting. Another kill comes through. He's got to worry about his front and his back now, which he doesn't have any support here. Instead, he's going to look towards the next. He gets caught in the smoke. And now it's like, pick up the pace. You got to go here. Minute 12. Time's not a factor, but I guess they're just going to be happy with the initial managed kill and then play off the time they have left.
Yeah, 4-4 is not bad, but Art's now starting to get some information here. He's even going to maybe look to get a little bit aggressive here towards the bathroom side. Smoke goes down. Yuri will play the side of it. Art has his back, so they're going to look to challenge here. They know that they need to make a play in a 4-on-4. Just sitting back and letting eUnited unload on the site with utility. Plus, you still have to know that they could go connector back to B, so you can't quite over-rotate just yet to A. So it's still a guessing game a bit for Furia, but these positions could be very tricky for eUnited. It's all going to come down to who lines up their shots.
I'm honestly surprised that United haven't rotated back towards B with the amount of times they've committed towards A once getting that first kill. And Furia have read it perfectly. When you got Yuri pushed up so far, Flashbang's going to come through. Maybe he'll catch out food. Instead, just going to sit back. Art is eventually going to nose a player off to the side. And that was a shot they needed. Marky as well takes Art down. K-Star is going to rotate back and towards CT spawn. The smoke's going to plume, and he's going to have really no angle to hit anyone with. And now if you're Vinny, well, you might as well just save the SG.
Yeah, that's one of those rounds where everything went eUnited's way there. I mean, again, time was getting low. It was getting a little bit tense because of positioning Furia had. It seemed like the SMG up close was going to be able to get Cooper. Cooper kind of walked by a bit. SMG was actually taking some damage onto him, got him down to 10 HP, in fact. So I thought that he was done for, but he's able to get the reaction shot off. They also catch Art pretty quick, and that's the site folded at that point. So well done by eUnited, finally getting some good trades.
I want to imagine, though, even if Cooper doesn't hit that shot, that Marky would have been able to flank around behind Yuri there and still pick up the kill.
They are able to have some rifles in play. They went for basically the full force here, but it's left a couple of players short on funds and equipment value. Look at Art. Okay, that is wild stuff. But again, Art's known for that, and so you got to expect that the opponents are going to be weary of it. That's going to be a big kill, but Vinny's found one to even it up.
I mean, they finally pressure food, right? He's been doing this every single round. Cooper, he should fall to Yuri's. They spots him out, gets caught switching. What? But how does he not die there? Gets some decent damage to Freakazoid, and Marky will have pushed up short from Connector. Ouch. And they have the back of B. They're going to have the site. Henny looking for some kills in the 5. So if he gets one, like, this could be doable. Henny's going to have the M4, and he's actually flanking very far around. But they don't have a kid on them, and I didn't see if they had one picked up at the start of the round. So maybe just try to punish the economy out of eUnited here.
Yeah, maybe just try to get some exits or something like that, keep their money low. Thing is, Fury will have to full save next round for sure if they don't wind up locking this one in.
And there's an op. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Hell, I'd even try to get him to come all the way back around, see if he can't come grab that M4. Try to bring both guns over. I mean, I think there should be enough time in case we're at a full sprints all the way around.
Maybe Henny can start moving it up towards
Yeah,
him.
that too. Juggle it. Try
He's
to meet
looking
up
for
with each
kills
other
right now.
Yeah, that's the one thing. He's got to try to make sure.
So quick.
Now it's probably not too safe to go get that M4.
I mean, there was one that I think it was Vinny. Does it Vinny or Art that rushed out mid? I think it was Vinny, right?
It was Art that rushed that fountain.
And then he died. He had an M4, so I don't know where that went.
Yeah.
Maybe he got thrown out of the map when they had Marky go for the rotation towards Connector.
Not 100% sure. That was a really wacky round, right? I mean, just kind of all the aggression that happened. Art going down immediately to that play. Flash just wasn't effective. Then all of a sudden, Yuri pushes up, gets a kill. Wish he would have popped the flashbang. It's always tough pulling out a nade when you're by yourself and you know that there's a chance that there might be someone peeking you next to trade. It's always a really scary decision, and unfortunately it cost them. And now we see the repercussions. Furia, just some upgraded pistols, and still the one op that Henny was able to save. That's going to be it. They try to pop flash their way into Connector, and nope, they're not going to be good for anything. Marky eventually figures it all out, though he takes a lot of damage.
I think it's almost Jane time here.
Might be.
Just make sure you save the op into the next round. Should be able to buy up again. And, you know, credit to United, they've been able to really come back in this game. It seemed like things were starting to slip away from them, especially with the 5-1 lead, and with Henny just doing Henny things, hit the shots he's been able to so far in the map. But again, I guess the over-aggression of Furia has worked out against them. United's been able to capitalize off of that.
Yeah, again, this was at one point a 5-1 lead for Furia, then 6-2, and now we're seeing 4 of the last 5 going the way of eUnited once this one finishes off, and they're working towards a tie, and the money is still really low on Furia. So there's a lot of things going their way. You're seeing Marky really pick up steam on the frag count there. I mean, for a while, it was Henny basically had almost all their players combined covered by himself. Now you're starting to see them wake up, like you said, start taking advantage of some of Furia's gimmicks. And now all of a sudden we have a little bit close contest in our hands.
Again, Patty pushes up, gets one, but unfortunately gets a little bit too far up, and he's going to be punished off of this. Art now left to defend. You can see the rotations already coming in on the minimap. It's going to be K-Serrato and Yuri. And I like how, I kind of like how Art's still being aggressive, even though they've already lost a player. Like, he's still taking peeks that doesn't necessarily need to. But he's gathering some information, and we can already see that United might be heading back towards the B site. This is what I kind of wanted to see earlier when I was talking about them. Get an early kill to go back towards B. Because with the way we've been seeing Furia defend, they just leave one player there.
Yeah. It's actually a good play. It's also a change of pace from what United's done in the past. Usually they're kind of more hesitant. They kind of just hang around the bathrooms for a long time. They allow a lot more freedom for Furia to move across the map. Now they're actually kind of clamping down a bit faster. They've made a pretty quick decision to audible over to B. This means that Art and another player are still at A, so it's only 2 defenders here on the site, so a chance for them to finally break through.
All right. No utility. I mean, they have utility. I don't know why they're not using it to deal with Vinny. He gets another quick double kill. K-Serrato just can't quite hit the shot. I don't know. That was a little bit awkward out of him, but Art's going to be here to clean this one up. And Moose now left into a one-on-one. Did he get that through the smoke, or did it plume after? It had to have been after.
Oh. That was a little bit of a labored fight, but Moose does finally get it. It wasn't the cleanest rounds from United. I felt they could have won it more convincingly, but they still do win it nonetheless. Now Moose is starting to come alive in his own right, next to Marky. Starting to help fuel this comeback from United. They've already tied the game up, but can they take a lead for the first time? That is going to be the question. This is already shaping up to be a pretty solid T-side, especially the way it started. So Furia actually has to be a little bit careful here. They're kind of letting this game slip through their fingers.
Henny again. Another up in this round. He's at 15-5. They're doing a lot of utility to actually allow him to continue this peak in. So fast. Takes down Moose. Man advantage now for Furia, though they don't have the weapons.
Yep, he also gets away this time around as the difference maker. He's often been able to get 1 kill from that position, sometimes 2.
I'm looking at this and like, how is he allowed to play that far up with no real support? I mean, you do have Art to help watch long, yes, but like behind Henny, there's middle, there's connector, there's so many angles he could be pushed from, and he just seems to have the perfect read. I think Expector, did he see Freakazoid come around through the smoke, and you can see him trying to turn around behind him. Freakazoid will take advantage of that.
Yeah, we're starting to see eUnited trade out Henny a bit more efficiently here over towards the bat. They're like doing the world difference on these A approaches, which allows them to go for the A hit or fall back. Low health on Freakazoid and Cooper, by the way, so they are in a lot of danger despite the fact they have an even number situation.
I'm not feeling confident for them right now. Yuri with the shot that he just got and the SG picked up with 2 players on low health from the earlier play out of Art. They're going to rush straight in towards the B side. They should be able to hear this, and they're going to rotate back in towards CT spawn. It's still 100% doable for Furia. No kit, though, at the moment.
They didn't even hear him either, so he's able to get the bomb down.
How does it roll that far?
I don't know. It's going to allow Marky to actually collect the trade and actually get this bomb back to the slide. There's a smoke up on Heaven, so Vinny and K-Serrato with their deagles actually can't do anything. Vinny tries to sneak out and do something a little bit risky. It's going to cost him, and it cost them the round overall as well. I feel like Furia now are starting to be the ones that are making more of the errors. Like, some of the plays they're trying to go for just kind of scream overconfidence almost to a degree.
Anyways, moving on past this, Henny again with the op into another round. They're really trying to keep this weapon on him, and why wouldn't you with the kills he's been able to put up? Early control for Furia towards B as well, and they're actually switching things up, having Art pushed up a little bit more aggressively towards Birthday Party to help assist Henny this time.
Yeah, good position, good for one. Henny as well, but it's still a really efficient trading from eUnited for Marky to get both those kills right back. This is great stuff from eUnited. That's exactly what you want to have happen. Obviously, it'd be greater if you didn't lose anybody, but doing that's perfectly acceptable. Gives them a lot of breathing room.
Making the best of a bad situation right there. I mean, again, Marky, like for me, he is the player for United that I look for. He's on 16 kills now, 123 ADR.
Yeah, he's having to be a big game, that's for sure. He's tied up Henny now for top fragger on the server with that play.
Still a lot of utility left for United to make this take happen, though Food is on a little bit low of HP. Kit for Yuri for the side of Furia. Okay, Strodo's actually going to be up towards CT spawn. He's going to need to rotate in, and eUnited going to look to pick up the pace here. They still have a lot of utilities still to hold on to this if they want to flash out towards water. Smoke's going to come in. Bomb should go down here in a few seconds, and nice little jump up out of food, gets the first cone to Yuri. They're not quite able to hit the shot, but K-Strada will be here. The bomb down, and again, Cooper comes in around the corner. And eUnited now secure the first half lead with 8.
Again, Furia still don't really have the best of buys. I mean, obviously they buy all that they can, but it's definitely limited. A couple players are on from us, and then you have Yuri with just the deagle.
Well, they get aggressive, but a different position this time with Art, pushes out towards long. Not the greatest to buy from the side of Furia, but it doesn't stop them from getting a man advantage early on. But I think you hit a point that I want to touch on a little bit more as well, is the fact that if you look at the early rounds that Furia was winning when they were up 5-1, a lot of that was due to Henny getting kills and then backing away. But finally, eUnited's been able to help punish that, mainly off the man you're seeing here on your screen, Marky, able to convert these deaths into kills for his team to equalize things.
Yeah, he's been able to kind of blindside Henny a couple of times, coming up connector, kind of his default position. He just kind of sets up and finds some really good timings, peeking Henny into bathrooms and just getting trades. But now he's attempted to go for a boost, which kind of failed multiple times, but Food still collects. That's 3 for him, so that's a nice little individual play. That'll help make sure that eUnited build up their lead a bit more before we transition sides, unless Henny and Art can come up with something. But with Art being so low on health and with them being stretched thin, they're in trouble.
But if he peeks towards long and he sees, or sorry, towards Monster and he sees this, that's the bomb down. And he might be able to count this one out. Cooper's gonna fall. He sees the bomb. He actually has an option to push in towards this. There was a player towards short. It was gonna be Food, but he actually is looking to flank around towards Monster. And his Art can actually expect this. He knew that Food was there previously. 20 seconds left to go. Art just needs to survive spots at the first player. No one's flanking in behind him, so he can really focus on this one direction. 15 seconds left. Player in towards short, and Art's not able to quite get the shot. Freakazoid will lock that down, and eUnited will secure a 9-6 first half lead.
Yeah, that is a very big half from eUnited. They won the last 7 rounds in a row to put a huge damper on the hot start from Furia here on their map pick of Overpass. All of a sudden, we're seeing eUnited come alive with this new lineup after a tough day yesterday. They look a lot sharper now. We'll be back with the second half here in just a bit, so stay tuned.
Welcome back, everyone, to the ESL Pro League Season 10 America's second group stage. This is day 2 of Group B, and a very important match for both of these two teams here. Furia, unfortunately, with the 5-1 start they did have fallen, like you said, 7 rounds straight dust to eUnited, and ended up things 9-6 in favor of the boys in blue now. Look at this pace coming in for Furia, by the way. Rushing straight in towards the B side. There's going to be 3 defenders there. But no kills really coming through as they've been able to actually take control of the site initially. Trying to fight this out towards water, and the kills have gone the way of Food, who munches down and picks up 2. Art's gonna now swing a little bit wide and look for the kill. He just can't quite do it. What is Food doing? What did he do with Cooper at the gym? But clearly the curls have worked out for him because he is lifting his weight, and not only his own, his team's weight. But Henny's still alive, and he's still fighting.
And Art kind of makes a bit of a mistake there. He was the bomb carrier. He's the one that tried to push in and trade Food out, which has put the bomb in a really tough spot here for the rest of Furia's members. And now the numbers are dwindling more and more as each second passes. That's all up to Henny. 74 HP, Food is low. That's the one thing going for him. That's really about it, other than the fact that he has a lot of time to think about things. But the positioning eUnited has and how this played out thus far, very unlikely Furia are going to be finding this one.
Well, what's the secret? What's the key to United's success? Working out with Cooper, clearly. 40 seconds left for Henny, and he's got still so many players to find. And with a Glock at long range, it's going to be very difficult to do so. Down to 16 HP, and as his time ticks away, so are the chances from Furia to win the round. And United will close it out off the back of that man. Food, 3 kills in the pistol round, puts United up to 10. If United do win this map, and I think you'll agree with me, then we're going 3. We're going to Inferno, because Vertigo, like, I find it hard to see Furia losing Vertigo.
Yeah, that is true, especially because, like, has his team really gotten a chance to practice Vertigo with Freakazoid as the in-game leader and Moose on the team? I know they had a limited boot camp before coming here, so I'm not really sure they would have been able to really brush over that map. It is worth noting, though, that at least the core of United actually used to like to play Vertigo. They actually picked it a couple of times, I think, in the first group stage. And they did win it. They beat it on EG, if you remember correctly. They had that upset over EG on Vertigo. So there's something to be said for them maybe having some ability on the map.
Well, you can see 2 kills actually go the way of Furia here. Who gonna push out to look for more? Yuri was able to get a kill. Look believe that was onto Marky and able to pick up the SMG from. He's going to run straight over towards the B side. I don't think he's going to have a chance to plant. You can already see Cooper's going to be here. Maybe if he wins out in the fight against Cooper, he could get the bomb down, but then he's still going to have the food to worry about.
Oh,
he's actually, is he going to get it, really?
No, that was hella close to be a full B rush from Furia. No, it's in no time.
Counter utility be coming through now to be United. Flashbangs galore. Marky gets the first over the top. Food here with the M4s off to the side, looking for them to push around. They haven't come in that direction. Furia is not really able to get any kills. They've lost a lot of health on the majority of their players. Finally, the bomb might make its way in towards side. It's going to be on Art towards the back of this, and the smoke's starting to fade. United, Molotov's being thrown in. They've got rotations coming through as well, and it seems like Furia have been halted. Big flash going to come in. Art trying to some kills in towards water, but he drops the bomb forward in case Serrato in a 1-on-5. There's not very many times you're going to win this.
No, I mean, with 3 of them being super low on health, like, that gives you somewhat of a prayer, but yeah, I mean, it's not going to happen, is it? Just tough on Fury. They try to go for the fast explosion play on B. They get a lot of space. They get no entry frags. Not a single kill went their way on that opening push, which means they just kind of got held up behind utility, just buying more and more time for United to rotate and get position on the site. And since you're never able to get that kill, you're never able to feel safe planting. And then they start losing players along the way. I mean, they do a lot of damage to a couple of these players. They can never finish off any of their kills. So just no entry work at all from Fury on that round is really what it boiled down to. And so Serrato will just hold on to this SG. And so we see Furia taking a time out. They realize how critical this is starting to get right now. I mean, yeah, they can feel pretty good about the fact that they have Vertigo coming up next. But yeah, I mean, they thought they would 2 other series, I would imagine. Cooper misses his first shots, giving Furia a little bit of a chance to kind of run him down. Moose was there to help play Guardian Angel for a brief moment in time. He gets his 1 kill. Cooper still standing with his AWP, able to just keep re-peeking as he's getting support from the back line of Dumpster and Bank, keeping him alive and in that forward position. Great kills from Cooper. Now it's all on Henny. This force buy has faltered. And it's looking really good now for United because they're going to go 13-6, and Fury does desperately need to save next round, so they're probably going to get 14 for free. Man, oh man.
Cooper now going for the peeking towards middle. Furia, though, not really giving him an angle just yet, as he does back away to watch his connector, so they do get a decent timing on that to escape his wrath. Will they expect Moose, though, actually pushed up towards long? This is one of the few times we've seen Furia not hit the B site so far in this half.
Yeah, a little bit more of a default setup, though. They don't have anyone connector. They had Serrato playing solo B. Now he'll take it up, but look at that pop flash. Moose peeking with it. Gets 2 big kills with the M4. Vinny does eventually trade it, but so much information gained for eUnited, and they had the man advantage on top of it. That's exactly what you need to be doing to stop the Furia comeback.
So weird to see him peek when Furia pop flashed. I mean, he wasn't blind. They also weren't looking in his direction, so he was able to get those free 2 kills. Well, not even free. He hit some really good shots there, to be honest. And now Furia with only 3 players.
Yeah.
With 3 SGs.
Yeah, and Yuri is definitely one of those guys that is a really strong entry rifler, so you still have to worry about him, though he has had a quiet game thus far. He was a guy doing a lot of the heavy lifting for this team throughout the year, even sometimes outshining Serrato and kind of being the main star of the team. So if he can come alive in this round, it could still really fuel Furia forward. But as you noted, it's pretty limited options here for Furia. Smoke's coming into the A site. There are 2 defenders in the area, though.
Okay, Cooper. Playing super aggressive as well. 16 seconds left. They're going to have to make the move. He hits the first shot. That was the bomb going down. The rotations can come through as well as the rest of the teammates. Bomb being planted within the smoke. He will get planted here, actually. We're not able to quite hit the shot. Neither will Freakazoid, as Serrato will survive and escape. They have to get some kills. They need to do it now. It's still going to be a 2-on-3. Food has flanked him from behind, and Serrato, he's got so many different angles to cover. 2 from CT, 1 from bathrooms. He's just hoping he's gifted a 1v1, and he's going to have the opportunity for it, but not able to quite hit the shot.
Yeah, that was just way too much to handle by himself. Too many angles to be attacked from at the same time. So a great round again from eUnited. You got to give a lot of props to Cooper. Big op shots from him, particularly that second one when he pushed past the smoke. Definitely caught Furia way off guard and slowed down their bomb plant and bought some time for rotations, particularly that flank that came in to kind of seal the deal in the end.
Again, going back to a little bit of a standard play for Furia, waiting for United to get aggressive.
Oh, look
Speaking
at
of
this
that,
push.
Moose is going to sneak in. Is he going to check towards Playground, though?
Oh my goodness, this could be so dangerous. Even if he doesn't, if he just gets behind them and Henny doesn't realize it, he could still blow things up. But oh my goodness, that's huge.
I don't know how Henny decides to check that.
I don't know
Such a
either.
big brain play right there.
It's a watermelon brain.
Cooper was able to get one though. That was on the mini. Art gets spammed up. Food and now Marky are going to be low on HP, and two players are going to sneak straight out of monster. They push the smoke. They're not going to expect it, but it doesn't matter. Marky and Food chime in together to get the kills. Molotov comes in. Art won't be able to push in towards the site. Need potential flank coming in from Cooper, and Art needs something. I think he switches at the wrong moment, unfortunately, there as Food was about to peek in. Smoke going to be put down, and Art will be spammed out through that. Now it's all on Henny against 4.
Spotty senses are tingling on this flank. But there's just so many CTs, even if you were to catch that kill, trying to get into the site with 3 CTs guarding. And you can't fall back and try to go A either until he kills the flanker, who is not pushing through enough for that to happen. So it seems like this should be going eUnited's way, no problem.
I mean, is he just going to save? Like, they have 8.8k on Yuri.
To be honest, you might as well. Like, your chances of winning a 1v4 are pretty much slim to none. So he will go ahead and back off, keep the AWP in his possession. So we'll be map point for United. Now all Fury can hope for is overtime. And it have to be flawless to do that. Of course, they have only dropped 1 round in the last 7 played prior to this one. So the chances of winning 2 in a row are actually still pretty high. Still definitely can't count them out, but United have at least done their job to ensure that they're not going to lose the map in regulation.
Marky and Food don't get those 2 kills, by the way. That would have been the round over for Furia. And it's not like Fury kind of premeditated that either. It's not like they threw any flashbangs or any smokes. They just kind of walked through it. Art again, pushing out, trying to cause a distraction.
Yeah, they're relying on this way too much, I feel like. And you can see what it's allowing eUnited to do on the opposite side of the map. They're able to very comfortably push into playground and into connector, which means that Furia basically boxed in towards B. They're forced to have to play this card, and it's not working out well so far. They have no fallback option. They catch one of the flankers that are still down in numbers right now. Still a stout defense and a flank still coming in from Moose on the long way.
Caserado looking to push in the bomb as well. I think Henny's watching from behind too, and he misses the shot against Moose. He's actually going to be dropped here potentially. Caserado will sneak around, but one's not going to be enough. Yuri on 16 HP.
That's it.
He's going for the long flank here. He's got time to do it, but with 3 players to find, it looks like eUnited might have been able to lock down Overpass here.
Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it? Again, they just seemingly put too much faith in all these B plays panning out, and really, more often than not, the last 3 or so rounds, it hasn't. And that's going to be all she wrote. eUnited, unexpectedly, but again, a pleasant surprise for us after how they played yesterday. Come up really big here on Overpass. They secure their pick. It didn't start out well, but it certainly finished just fine.